actually works or not. I think we should be live. We're going to be live in a second. It is 4:45 p.m. There we go. It is 4:45 p.m. and here we are with everyone. Going to talk about fitness in everyday life. I tried this last week where I started talking about work and my career, but it didn't feel quite right, specifically in the vein of the channel, which is all about showing up and doing the work, but specifically related to health and fitness. If you check out all of my live streams, and as much as I would like to talk about a lot more things in life, it seems from the feedback and gut feeling that a YouTube channel is about a specific topic. And at this moment, the specific topic is life and fitness, specifically for me being in my 40s. So I thought, instead of trying to talk about just productivity or career and tips there, which I also think are very important, we're going to talk a bit more about the other 23 and a half hours of the day, or specifically the 8 hours a day that I spend in the office. So for those of you watching, dropping by, who are regulars on the channel, thanks for dropping by. For anyone here who's new to the channel or interested in anything that I have done or am doing, my name is Toby. I'm 40 years old, and I train to live an active, self-sufficient, and adventurous life. And if you've been to my channel, you can see that this year I made a point out of doing a morning routine every day, a 30 to 45 minute workout. But that does leave 23 and a half other hours throughout the day. And those days I do need to be mindful of a lot of different things, because as you can see, I am sitting right now, and I tend to spend quite a bit of my day actually sitting down and working. If I'm not walking to a meeting or walking to a customer or walking up and down the stairs at the office. So what I thought is that I would talk a little bit more in these end-of-day live streams, not just about my career and career tips, but actually about what I do to stay fit and healthy in those 23 and a half other hours of the day that you don't see me live streaming and working out, because I think that could be equally as interested. And maybe that also opens up a pathway to having a conversation about life, career, and other things on different live streams or long form videos or shorts. So if you're new to this channel, hi, my name's Toby. I'm 40 years old, give or take, actually a bit more give than take. And I'm training to live an active, self-sufficient, healthy and adventurous life. And you can see that on my live streams in the morning. But I thought at the end of the day, it's also about what I do throughout the day to maintain and stay healthy. So if you have any questions about that, go ahead and jump on the chat, say hi, ask me anything you want to ask me about that. I'm a certified personal trainer of 24 years of experience of being on weight, underweight, overweight, training for sports, training to lose weight, training to build muscle, training to build strength, and also working and spending time in the office or in stressful environments, and what that may or may not do for our health and fitness overall. It's the end of the working day for me. I've got about 10 minutes on this stream before I have to head off for my commute home, but I thought it was nice to just check in. So there's a couple of things that I thought I'd talk to you about if there are no questions on the chat or on the stream. And that is, first of all, like, what's the goal of my health and fitness? Well, I always say I'm 40 and I train to live an adventurous, active, self-sufficient, healthy life. But why is that? Well, first of all, I enjoy being outdoors and doing things. I enjoy feeling competent and capable. And that is why I engage in this kind of activity, to just, make sure that not only now, but also 10 years, 20 years, 30 years in the future. Hi, Tees. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi. I am able and capable to do the things that I want to do, like spend time with my kids, but also keep up with a fast-paced, quickly changing work environment, right? Because that requires both mental acuity, but also the stamina and concentration throughout the day to keep up, to be concentrated, and to deliver good work, to stay on top of things. So overall, I believe fundamentally that being fit and healthy is very helpful to living a fulfilling, active, and satisfying life, and also to performing well in my job, but also to being a good father, being a good husband, etc. Is it? Let me just hear. That sounds fine to me, but maybe it is just because I speak slightly softly. If I speak up, is it better for you, Monk Dude? Thanks for saying hi. I have no idea what Sigma means, but maybe you can help me by explaining what that actually means. And thanks, Monk Dude, for pointing out that there might be an issue with the audio. So that's the overall goal for me. And what that comes down to is, it's all about the basics for me, right? So it's about how much I sleep, how well I eat, and then the training, the physical training part to that. Thanks so much. I appreciate the compliment, and I think it's very nice. Maybe I should end the stream here on the high, but I'll just keep talking, and maybe there's some more in here for you and for me. And please, tell me maybe if you have any questions or something that you're interested in. But why does this matter? Well, it matters to check in at the end of the day, or to talk about all of the other things that go on throughout the day, because the workout really is only 30 minutes of my day, right, in the morning. So if you're ever up at 5 a.m. Amsterdam time, between 5 and 5:30, I start a stream and I work out with kettlebells. I do either mobility, strength, conditioning training. On Sundays, I also go running. You can see all the videos on my channel. And I've been doing so for a long time. I started live streaming it this year. Seb van der Pluim, hi. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi. Hope you're doing well today. But for the rest of the day, there are also different kinds of challenges, right? And predominantly when I get to the office, there's coffee, there's snacks, there's lunch, there's meetings, there's socializing. And the goal of sleeping and the goal of healthy eating combine to kind of create a cocktail that is either positive or negative. What does that mean for me? Well, the afternoon dip, about 2 or 3 years ago, I really suffered a lot in the afternoon where I would want to go to sleep. I would literally try to solve the problem by drinking a lot of coffee, and it never really worked. And I only realized when I did my certification to personal trainer that the afternoon dip actually is not as much a consequence of what you eat or how early you get up, but a consequence of the number of hours that you sleep. In other words, if you sleep 7 to 8 hours or 7 to 9 hours on a night, turns out that your concentration throughout the day is going to be much, much better. And I think that's something that we often forget. We think that sleep is not a necessity, but when it comes to looking at overall health and also productivity goals, and being tired and worn out and sleepy or drowsy in the afternoon, getting a good night's sleep solves 2 issues related to health and fitness in the office in one go. First, it helps keep your concentration span longer, so you're able to concentrate for more hours throughout the day because you don't have that afternoon dip of weariness. But second of all, if you sleep well, you're also less prone to snacking more. And snacking, specifically sugary foods or hearty foods that are high in calorie and not really super nutritious, or I should put it, going to bring me closer to my long-term health goals, are more easy to ignore, or easier to ignore, I should say, when I've had a good night's sleep. So getting a good night of sleep doesn't only help me keep productive, but also stay productive, but also helps me actually stay focused on the work or on the work of not snacking and eating unhealthy foods. YouTube Punk, how's life in Texas? It's good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. I was just explaining that rather than talking about my career and all of the things that are going on in terms of my life and what in terms of career and career skills, I thought it would be more on brand and in line with the general expectation of the program to actually talk about um, to talk about to talk about health and fitness and productivity from the perspective of what I do the other 23 and a half hours of the day to actually reach my goal of living an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. And a part of that is performing well at work. So that's what we're talking about today. Yeah, I think it's a nice compliment, and I hope you're doing well as well. It's a short stream, by the way, because it is the end of the day, so I'm going to have to hop off and catch my train home. But still worth talking about this, and this also feels better than what I was trying to talk about last week. So this stream is definitely going to go up on the channel as well. And what are you up to in Texas, by the way? It must be early in the morning for you. My guess is probably around 8 or 9. So I was talking about the afternoon dip, mindless snacking, but there's also other things. There are also other things that I do to challenge myself to move, if at all possible. At one point during the day, I try to go out of the office building. Why? It's too easy to sit inside the whole day at nearly 10 a.m. Super. And probably getting decently warm as well. Well, that's cool. Working from home is a completely different thing. I was actually pretty well versed in it during COVID. And to answer your question about glasses, no, these are my regular day-to-day glasses that I sometimes wear when I'm not wearing lenses. I prefer to wear lenses when I sport, but when I exercise. But these was also sometimes comfortable to just not wear lenses and give my eyes a break. And today was that day. So there are other things that I try to do, like I try to go outside for a walk, usually between 10 and 30 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's cold, gray, or sunshiny. You just want to be outside for that period of time because I find it helps a lot. Sitting on a bouncy ball is a very good one as well. I like that. It does keep you moving, and it challenges your core to keep you upright and stable, which is kind of counteracts the negative impact sitting has on you. And I'll talk a bit more about that in another stream, maybe tomorrow or another day, depending on how often I'm going to be able to do these kinds of streams at regular intervals, but hopefully also every day at the end of the day, by the way. So not only walking, but also inside of the building. If I need to go up or down different floors, instead of taking the elevator 1 or 2 floors up or down, I'll take the stairs. And in fact, in the morning, I make the point of it, of getting out of the elevator about 10 floors below the floor I work on and taking the stairs up. It literally takes 3 or 4 minutes. It's not that long or that much of a time adjustment. But what it does do is it, first of all, wakes up my system, but second of all, reminds me that there are stairs and that walking is actually very beneficial for my health and a good way to jumpstart, my level of activity throughout the day, which, to be very honest, involves, if you're like me and you have an office job or a computer-based job, involves a lot of sitting and a lot of calling and a lot of writing emails or preparing presentations and decks, and not a lot of standing and physical activity. So there's the 30 minutes in the morning, and then throughout the day there's about an hour or maybe an hour and a half of physical activity interspersed between different meetings and social interactions and other things. And those are really some key things that I try to do to live a overall healthy lifestyle in what would otherwise be a predominantly sedentary life. So for all of the people who just joined the stream, thanks for dropping by and saying hi. Go ahead and say hi in the chat. My name is Toby. I'm about 40 years old, and I am training to live an active, self-sufficient, and adventurous life. And you can follow my trainings in the morning. I live stream every morning between 5 and 6 a.m. Amsterdam time. But I also have 23 and a half other hours throughout the day that I need to fill, and I'm busy and active. So what do I do then to actually stay fit and active and healthy? And that's what I was talking about in this stream. I guess that's all I wanted to say, talk about today. I want to talk about, what the goal is, the long-term goal to stay fit and healthy for the next 30, 40, 50 years. why it matters, because obviously I have this long-term health goal, but also immediately there are matters of like productivity and energy and focus and mood, I guess, as well. And that's why I thought I'd drop by and start doing live streams at the end of the day to talk about this. So, judging by the don't tell anyone, YouTube punk. I actually met a guy from is it Kansas whose name was Clark Kent once. It was quite funny. Van premiere to you, Walter Suarez, the film Go to the Moon with You. You must watch. It's a comedy and excellent film. Well, thank you for sharing that little tidbit of information. I appreciate you dropping by and letting us know. And that's all I had to share today, actually, friends. Like I always say, just remember, we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. And the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So if you're interested, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for another one of my live streams with some heavy kettlebell swings tomorrow. And YouTube Punk, you take care over there in Texas, and good luck remotely working. Bye, friends.